Alright, good evening everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. A little bit of a late update today, but we're back. We're going to do full updates on the crypto markets. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about XRP, we'll talk about Ethereum, and then we'll talk about some other altcoins where possible. I mean, I'm not 100% certain if there's, well, ETH has been incredibly strong. So we'll talk about that briefly, but outside of that, let's get right into it. Now, of course, today, and obviously you're not watching this channel to stay updated on the news, and maybe you don't even want to know about the news. But today, obviously, we had that Russia-Ukraine peace talks that did not really lead to anything so far. Both Putin and Zelensky did not attend. However, so far, has that really led to a major reaction by the markets? Partially, yes, since gold is up quite a bit. So that usually signals, more instability. But the stock market itself, which is the main proxy, which we also look at if we want to know, all right, well, is the crypto market negatively being influenced by the stock market? And the stock market is fine. It's trading higher than the close yesterday. So there's no real reason right now to be worried regarding that. It seems like the market had already priced this in. And Bitcoin is also moving fine, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Today we had a lot of news as well. I would say the news is mixed. Overall, like you had core PPI and normal PPI price data coming in. That was lower than expected, which is slightly bullish, how weird that may sound. But then we also had some other data coming in that was higher than expected, so with the retail sales and the initial jobless claims that were also relatively neutral, right? So altogether, no real effect. A lot of data, but not much happening. And I think Jerome Powell, even though I missed the speech, that hasn't really made the markets move either. So let's talk about the markets. Now, the entire morning we tested this main support level, this blue area, which is a previous value area low, quite a lot, as you can see right here. But ultimately we held that, which was also to be expected. I mean, in the video this morning, that was also what we said. Now, personally, I would have hoped to get a move into 101,000, maybe 100,500, because that was the area where I wanted to long, but that was not expected. I mean, you can see right now that the main consolidation, which Bitcoin is consolidating, right? And on the higher time frames, we're still holding that major support level right here between 101 and 102,000. So on the higher time frames, we're still bullish as well, which means that I'm still aiming for levels towards 106, 107, 108 as our next target. But we're stable, all right, and that stability holds, and I don't really see any reason at this point of time why we would expect that stability to not hold, all right. Now, let's say that we actually did get a breakthrough today with the news, or let's say that the S&P 500 started to crash. Now, that's a reason to expect a breakdown, but at this point of time, I'm not expecting that, all right. So we got a strong move here from the bottom. Quite a lot of volume with that as well. Now you can see that we've left some, we hit that resistance level at 103,500. We've left some imbalances to the downside here. So what I would say is that getting a pullback to fill those imbalances is likely. I don't expect us to drop down lower to 101,500. I think it's more like, well, depending on the news, of course. I mean, if we get no major bearish news, but I would say the next likely direction is a pullback and then a continuation higher into 104,200, 105,000. I don't see enough strength yet to go for 106, 107, 108. But ultimately, I do think that is going to be the result of the consolidation that we're in right now. All right, so quick summary for Bitcoin before we talk about XRP, Ethereum. Is that I expect this, all right? We have a value area low at 102,500 as well. So I would say price action like this is most likely right now, but a breakout I don't expect yet. But we'll talk about that. I'll be back at the new video tomorrow morning. So let's talk about some altcoins here. Now, first of all, XRP has moved according to our predictions, all right, which is stability. We've been able to hold that level at 2.41. We expected that the price would drop down into 2.41, which also happened. We found support there. Congratulations if you took a trade on that. But so far, not a lot of strength. There's not a lot of volume coming from that area. But that was also not the expectation. I think stability on top of 2.41 is now most likely, as long again as we don't get any massive bearish news. And then eventually, I think we can start to get a move into the upsides. But I see no indication of that right now. And then lastly, before we talk about some miscellaneous altcoins, Ethereum. Ethereum is a little bit of a difficult story. We pushed down lower this morning. Now we've gone up to that level at 2,560. We need to break above that, all right? If we want to stay bullish on the higher time frames, we need to break above 2,560 and the area around that. So that's the main test right now. If we're able to do that, we can consolidate here between 2,650, 2,560, and ultimately get a move into 2,800. If we're unable to do that, I think we will dive down into this into this balance down here, which was my expectation this morning, and therefore I also still lean. As long as we haven't been able to reclaim 2,560, I still lean towards saying that. Now, like I said, altcoins today, or at least over the course of today, have been relatively quiet. A couple of altcoins have a lot of momentum. ETHFi is extremely strong right here. I'm not sure if I have the chart. Yes, I do. Extremely strong. Right on the higher time frames, was able to break above 1.25. Retested that, and now with high volume is pushing even higher. Main target would be 1.75, 1.9, which is a major high time frame resistance level, and the yearly rolling VWAP. Mask was also gaining some volume here. Might be interesting to watch, even though it seems to be a little bit manipulated, just so you know. And that is it for now. There's definitely other coins that look interesting as well, but those, I would say, those are the main ones to focus on, including the majors we've covered as well. But that's what I think you need to know for now. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully it's not too late. Those are my thoughts. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next videos, and bye.